Boss. Most of you may know him as the DJ from the Ellen DeGeneres Show, but it was very deep rooted in the dance community, and it's hard to ignore to see this light and his presence that we're missing. So we're gonna create a portrait to honor him today. Also, we're gonna use this opportunity to talk about mental health. And what better day to do this, to talk about our mental health, to celebrate life than today? It's my birthday. So we're gonna talk about that too, but get ready. As this is playing, let me know where you're watching this from, your city, state, or country. I wanna shout you out, and also it'll pop up in the comments as well. So let me know, where are you watching this from? Let's get into today's live stream. Let's go. All right, welcome to today's live stream. This is a very sentimental day, a very sentimental topic. Obviously, you know, if you've been reading or watching the news, we lost an extremely bright light in the creative community. Steven Twitch Boss, most of you may have known him as Ellen DeGeneres' DJ, but he has such a deep-rooted relationship in the dance community. I didn't personally know him, but I have many friends that do. I grew up in the dance community, and so it's hard to ignore. So today we're gonna honor him with a portrait. We're also going to do something else special. Today is my 40th birthday. I'm excited to celebrate. But what better way than to celebrate my birthday than to bring awareness to mental health? So we're gonna be talking about that throughout this live stream as we bring to life Steven Twitch Boss's portrait, honoring him, his life, his legacy, and his family. Wherever you're watching this right now, let me know down below. You can comment your city, state, or country, and I will shout you out. And also Mason over here, he can read some of the comments and let me know where some people are watching from. And also, as always, if you have any questions in regards to the creativity, the process, let me know those questions down below in the comments as well. So we're gonna get started in less than a minute. Again, let me know your city, state, or country. Today, we're gonna honor Steven Twitch Boss, a creative, but also more importantly, a father, a husband, and you know, a huge inspiration to many, many people around the world. And coming from the dance community, you cannot miss its presence that he had. So we're gonna get started very soon on TikTok. Is anyone?
Yeah, we got Carol from Virginia Beach.
All right, so Carol from Virginia Beach, welcome to you.
Laura Frost, 97 from Ohio.
Laura Frost from Ohio, welcome.
Shadir Kent, Boston.
Shadir Kemp from Boston, welcome to you. Anyone else?
Nick Nico, Vegas.
Nick Nico from Vegas. All right, come on over here. We're gonna get started in just a moment. Thank you to everyone who's watching right now. And again, we're gonna honor someone very special right now. Welcome to today's live stream, Paint Life Live. We're gonna be honoring Steven Twitch Boss with a portrait, honoring his life and legacy. And also, this is another very special day. It is my 40th birthday. And what better day than to use this day and this platform and the time we have together to bring awareness to mental health. And along the way, as the portrait comes to life, feel free to ask your questions about the creative process. I'll be sharing my techniques along the way. Let's get into today's Paint Life Live. Let's go. So welcome to those of you who are watching right now, wherever you are in the world. Whatever platform you're watching this, hit those likes, hit the share button as well as we bring to life this portrait honoring Steven Twitch Boss. his life, his legacy. You know, when we do these portraits, and we have these unfortunate passings, it's not always easy to do because it's so fresh and you know, you still are feeling it, the loss. But you know, I think it's important that we all figure out a way to express our mourning in a way that you can that's positive, and this is mine. You know, creating these portraits in this way and honoring people, whether they're here, whether they're no longer with us, but this is how we honor through this platform. I appreciate you all joining today. So as this portrait comes to life, you know, I'll start sharing some techniques that I'm using as we create this process, but sort of like starting with the darkest colors, working my way to the light. I'm always changing up the process. There's never one set way to do this. And I think that's the point of it, is you gotta be able to experiment with different styles. This one's gonna be a mixture of some skin tones, some color. Either way, just find the process that works for you. Take your time. Even though I paint quickly, take the time that you need to create. And again, if you have any questions, ask below in the comments. So I mentioned earlier, it is my birthday. I'm turning 40. I turned 40 today. And you know, normally every year I do some sort of birthday live stream. I do some sort of self-portrait, but man, today I just wanted to change it up and honor someone who I think we all are gonna dearly miss, but also just to raise awareness about mental health and, you know, things that I think we all struggle with. We just don't talk about it. And so I hope by doing this portrait, by you watching, maybe it inspires you to reach out to someone that's been a little quiet, more quiet than normal. But just check in on those people, whether they have a smile on their face, whether you haven't heard from them, just check in on them. And that could mean you know, a big difference in the impact that you have on them. So just keep that in mind as this is coming to life today. Also, if you're watching this live right now, be sure to drop some hearts down below. If you see it come to life, if you're starting to notice this portrait of Steven Twitch Boss, just drop some hearts down below. Just taking my time, making sure we honor him. Also, we'll bring you up close in just a little bit so you can see some of these details that are bringing this portrait to life. I always talk about this, but painting feels like magic sometimes where, you know, it's really just multiple colors that I'm organizing on the surface, and, you know, designed in a certain way gives the illusion that there's a portrait there, there's an object, or there's something, but I'm just, never ceases to amaze me the magic of painting and this whole process. That's a great question. So someone asked, how long have I been doing this style of painting? And I've been doing it for 20 years. It's wild. I'm turning 40 today, and I started when I was 20 years old. I set up my dad's one-car garage. I put some black paper up on the wall. I was throwing paint around, and I just started teaching myself. I was inspired by an artist, Denny Dent, who started in the 80s. But 20 years ago, I started. Today, still going, still enjoying, still loving the process. Thank you for that question, by the way. And also, if you're wondering, how do I know what the questions are? Mason, who's moving his camera around, give him some love, give him a thumbs up. He's relaying the questions to me. So he'll see them on the screen, he'll relay them, ask away. So with these highlights on the lips, I'm always cautious. I don't want to overdo actually any highlights on the portrait. You know, sometimes it's just a little indication that there's light hitting this object. I'm going to smear it around so it blends in. It's not just like a harsh highlight. Just like that. All right, let's keep this moving. Also, those of you who are watching this live stream and you don't follow me already, I would ask that you would kindly follow, subscribe, wherever you're watching this right now, and I appreciate you spending this time with us. And I say us because, you know, we got our Paint Life family with us on this live stream. And then when you follow, you join the Paint Life family. It's very easy. We're just building this up one color at a time, one brush stroke at a time. So I'm gonna share a story with you. The reason why, you know, I have so many friends in the dance community is because I grew up dancing. Right out of high school, I got into a dance group called Boogie Monstars, and I was dancing before that, but here in Sacramento. The group was founded by the gentleman who went off to start Jabberwockies, and so that style of dancing really got me started, got me moving, and then I left that to start painting and performing, but dance was always such a big part of how I move and how I create, but also even more just the dance community that we've really, been able to stay in contact with throughout this whole journey. All right, we're gonna ditch these brushes. Let's go and add some life to the eyes. So anytime we do the eyes, anytime that we paint the eyes, we're always gonna start with darker gray and build up. We're never gonna go straight on with just the white of the eyes. I used to do that in a lot of older paintings, but from what I've learned is there's not really just always a bright white in the white of our eyes. So we're gonna build it up and it just becomes more believable to the viewer. And also, think about the shadows that are being casted by the eyelids that are above that area as well. So we're gonna consider those. Just gonna let that black surface also shine through as well. It's one of my favorite parts. You can come in just a little bit closer for this. We're just step by step. So I'm kind of like sketching it on almost. That. Now we're gonna go back to the white and we're gonna add a little more to bring it to life. Just like in that little, we call this the catch on the eye, that light coming in from that light source. Little highlight right there. Just enough. Again, add that little white highlight. That's it. I used to go way overboard with the white of the eyes, but as time goes on, I'm like, less is more. Less feels more alive. Now let's add some of the texture into the beard. I talked about this before, but when you add texture to your paintings, it just creates so much more depth. It feels like it's beyond the flat surface. It feels like there's actually depth in it. So you can do that by adding these little techniques like little strands of hair. You know, if the person has freckles, you can add freckles. And also, one other thing that it'll teach you is some of my favorite artists are the most observant artists. They see light reflections from places that I could have never dreamed of thinking about that. But I try to look at what do artists notice so I can be as aware as I paint and I create the next painting. little details in the shirt that I remember him wearing in this reference image. Just gonna try to get little indications of that. Go back to the red. It's just like little subtle red lines that I can remember. I don't always remember everything. I just try my best to. All right, we're gonna start working on, so now we've got one side of the portrait created. We got the main light source coming down, this kind of smirk smile. This side, we'll call that the fill side. So we've got our key light coming in, and the fill side is sort of parts of the face that are in the shadow, but you can still see them. We're gonna get creative with that, but it's never truly just, black on that side. We're gonna add some colors. We're gonna lift them up. We're gonna bring it to life. So let's start with the purple. And I'm gonna go from cool colors to warm. That's gonna be the order of this technique. Also, we can mix it in with this other side of the portrait, which is the skin tones. There's one thing you can put down the colors on the portrait, you can fill it in, but add your artistic layer to it. Like, fill in the basics, paint your foundation, but add the life, and that's your artist signature, that's your artist style. And this part right here is what I hope to be that artistic style as part of it. We'll let you be the judge later. Get a little pink in here as well. Just want to show some of the values break. So that's the light to dark, but we're using color. Again, if you're just joining us right now, we are honoring Stephen Twitch Boss. Sadly, devastatingly lost him recently. Also today, it is my 40th birthday. But I wanted to use today and this moment just to bring awareness to mental health, something that I know that we all deal with. We just don't talk about it enough, or we don't check in enough with people that we love and care for and know. So I just want to remind you today to check in with your family, your friends, maybe someone you haven't talked to in a while. Just say hello, let them know you're thinking of them. And I hope that, hopefully either a long-time connection can be remade, but also just that person knows that they're loved and thought about. All right, so we're gonna go purple, blue, actually purple, pink, blue, greens, yellows. We're going cool to warm. I'm gonna brighten up this green just a little bit so it stands out. So we're just going layer by layer right now. We'll tie it all again together just a bit with what we'll call the artistic layer. So we've got our base layer, and then we're gonna tie it all together with this artistic layer. That's the paint splatters for me. For you, it could be certain line work. But remember, there's two parts of this. The base layer when you paint, and then the artistic layer that brings it to life. And also, if you have any questions, keep those questions coming. Ask in the comments. Mason, who's running the cameras right now, will relay them to me, and I will answer them for you. We're gonna switch up the brushes. The larger brush is just a little too broad for me right now. Switch it up. We're gonna go yellow, but we're gonna add a little bit of white to it. We'll leave a little space open, sort of like blend these together. I'm gonna go back to the white so I can brighten up this yellow. You see this going from cool to warm over here. All right, so now we got our base layer. Let's start to bring this to life with our artistic layer. Let's go back over here. Just grab a skinny tip and let's grab this purple. We're gonna start pulling these colors up and out and make it feel like the painting is flowing. So I'm just slightly holding down on this. So I'm pressing this down lightly so there's less air and more paint. When I do that, you get like a little splatter. So if I press down and I have more air and less paint, I'm gonna get more of a mist. So I go back and forth between those two pressures. And so right now I want a little bit of a splatter. So that means less air and let that paint flow through. Who said graffiti wouldn't pay off? Lift that up. I'm gonna bring you up close when it gets near the end. Actually, you can bring them up close for this part. You guys can come up. If I step away to go get some paint, you guys can take a look at this. Just trying to be as meticulous as possible with all these colors. Get a little drip in here. All right, I'm gonna get some more. You stay right there. You stay right there. We're gonna get the blue paint right now. Shake that up. Thank you to everyone who's watching right now. You're honoring Steven, Twitch boss. Sadly lost him, but will not be forgotten. This is how the thing is too, I didn't know him personally, but a lot like most of you, you feel like you get to know someone through watching them through the screen, and you know, coming from the dance community as well, you realize how small it is, and also how supportive as well. I mean, the fact that I'm painting and I still get support from people that I knew from the dance community, it's pretty incredible. A lot of these times when I do these portraits of people that have passed, I wish that we didn't have to do this, but we're still gonna find a way to honor them. All right, just gonna grab some other colors over here, get some pink, some green, get some white. You guys can't see me, but I'm just off screen. Just my colors together. We can keep moving around up close, just back and forth. All right, great question. So someone asked, how long does it take for me to complete the paintings? I think we've been doing this for at least 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, so these that I do in the live stream take about 20 minutes on average. When I do them live on stage as a performance, they take only about 6 to 7 minutes. So here in the live stream, I can add some more detail, but on stage, they're done pretty fast, pretty crazy. You can obviously see a lot of those videos on my channels, wherever you're watching this. Again, hit those likes, show some love right now for Twitch. Rest in peace. Hit those likes if you're watching this, and also share it while it's still going right now so your friends can see this, honor him, hop on here. I'm gonna switch up these colors. We're gonna go back to this lime green. Also, last thing we're gonna do actually is come back with some black and sort of like cut into the colors that are already there. But I wanna do this now. Since we've been doing this style with the colors, I'm gonna go back with the skin tones and start lifting them up off the surface to make it feel like it's sort of floating up. Another technique I do quite a bit is when I'm using my brushes to try to hold further back with the brushes so I get not only a wider range of movement, but also I get looser movement. If I hold up close, I'm very restricted to on my wrist. If I hold further back, I have the movement of my forearm to my entire arm, and even my body, which is how I move when I paint. Let's see, what did I do with, there we go. Go back to this white. Just want to soften up this edge, but I still want to highlight. Same thing over here. Soften up this edge. And get a highlight in there. Add a little bit of a highlight on the actual skin tone. All right, hope you guys are enjoying this so far. It's gonna be my favorite part, just throwing the paint. You know what, let's add a little bit more color on this side. From the original portrait, I remember it was sort of like a blue and teal color over here. So we're gonna add that. I know I just put all this work in over here and soften this up, but oh well. It's another way to help define the shapes over here. Let's go to that turquoise. I'm gonna darken it actually. Just mixing in black into the brush, some dark gray into the brush. So it starts to disappear to the distance. I'll probably come back with some highlights as well. Just thinking out loud with you, thinking about what I'm gonna do next. Let's do that. Let's go back with some highlights. Where's that white can? Add a little bit of mist. Soften that up. You know what, let's do a couple more things before we end this out. If you're watching this, one, thank you so much for joining. Two, if you don't follow me, hit the follow button. Today we're honoring Stephen Twitch Boss. It is also my 40th birthday, and I wanted to use this opportunity just to raise awareness about mental health, encouraging you, check in with someone that you may not have talked to in a while. Maybe things don't seem right, or maybe they have a smile and you just need to check in and say, like, how are you really? I hope that I can encourage at least one of you today to do that, just to reach out to a family, a friend, a loved one. Just ask, how are you really? Again, if you have any questions too, ask those before we end this portrait. It's be a great time to do it. If you have questions about the painting process, the creative process, whatever's on your mind. Imagine Bob Ross, but you can ask him questions. I'm definitely no Bob Ross, but I could only imagine if I could ask Bob Ross questions while he's painting. That's how I would feel. Don't be shy. All right, I think it's good right there. Let's throw some paint. We're gonna water down this paint before we throw it. I hear that hit the surface. Go back, get a lighter skin tone. It's the most free you'll ever be is when you throw paint at the canvas. Ooh, that feels good. All right, let's go over here, get some of this turquoise. Water it down. Can't wait to show you this up close. Get some gray. Water that down. All right. One last thing to do. One last handprint to honor Stephen Twitch Boss. Your legacy, your life, your family. Rest in peace. All right, guys. Take one last look at this portrait. We're gonna chat in just a little bit, but today, we're honoring Twitch, rest in peace. It's also my 40th birthday, and I wanted to use this opportunity to raise awareness about mental health, checking in on you, checking in on someone that you know, you love, whoever it is. But take one last look at this portrait, and then we'll chat, we'll do some shout outs. Take a look. There he is. Honoring Stephen Twitch Boss. So deeply rooted in the dance community. Started off probably for our first introduction to him on So You Think You Can Dance as the runner-up. Went on to host a bunch of different dance shows on TV. Represented the dance community so well. Thank you all on TikTok. Yep, someone else said he was in Step Up as well. If you're, matter of fact, on TikTok, or wherever you're watching this, can you just drop a heart for Twitch right now? Can you just drop some hearts in the comments, please? Someone asked, is there gonna be a print of this? No, we're not doing a print. This is just a moment in time that you got to be a part of that we just wanted to honor him. We'll share the video. When you see the video, please, like it, share it. I appreciate it. Just keep dropping those hearts. I'll come back further for that. So keep going, right about there. Let's get right there. That's a good final shot for that. And we'll just adjust this. All right, keep those hearts coming. Also, let me know where you're dropping this heart from, your city, state, or country. I'm looking at the comments right now as we're giving you this last final look at this Twitch portrait. Rest in peace. I love all those hearts, all that love. All that love. I see Oklahoma. I see Tucson, Arizona. England, I love you too. Vegas, California. And thank you for the birthday wishes as well. I see Austin, Texas, Alabama. Where else are you from? New Orleans, Philly, Philly. I see you. All right. Thank you all so much for watching this live stream today. This is a special one honoring Twitch, celebrating my 40th birthday, and also hopefully celebrating you. I'm checking in on you. How are you, really? I know that there's many hotlines that you can call and text if you need someone to talk to. And I wish that we had one available right now to share with you, and I apologize for not having that readily available. But we're here for you. Send me a DM anytime. But I love you guys. Take one last look before we sign off. Peace.